I'm Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Abstract Essay, where ideas take shape, thoughts find depth, and every conversation explores the art of thinking beyond the obvious. And today I have my special guest. He's the author of several books, and of course, one of his book, You Will Keep Struggling to Lose Weight Until You Try This Four Step Method of Losing Weight. Stop struggle and finally lose the weight for good. No other than Mr. Richard Mantey. Welcome to Abstract Essay, Mr. Richard. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
Thank you for having me, Daniel. Yeah, my name is Richard Trillion Mantey, the author of many books. You can see I have all the books behind me. I've written 157 books already published at Amazon, and I'm still working on more books now.
Congratulations for that many books, Mr. Richard Mantey, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So today let's talk about your book. You will keep struggling to lose weight until you try this four-step method of losing weight. How tell us what is the writing process, Mr. Richard?
Well, basically, the reason why I even started writing all these books was because of this Facebook called the four-step method of losing weight. You keep struggling to lose weight until you try this four-step method of losing weight. Like I was overweight and I was struggling my weight. And as I said before, I was walking down in a park and a guy called me up. I was weighing 224 pounds. Basically, I was having issue with breathing and stuff. So the reason why I wrote this book is that when the guy called me on the park, when I was walking down the park, he looked me in the eye and he said to me that I was fat, you know, and that really got to me. And I came home, I looked myself in the mirror, and I became aware that I was really huge. I was weighing 224 pounds, and my height is 5'7", 5'8". So you can tell that that kind of height, you shouldn't weight that much. That's basically really overweight. So it got me, and when I came home, I started to look for ways how I'm going to drop my weight. So when I started looking for ways how I'm going to drop my weight, I went to the gym, and every time I lose my weight, I gain the weight back again. You know, I went on a diet, and every time I lose the weight, I gain the weight back again. I hire a trainer to train me to lose the weight, and when I lose the weight, I gain the weight back again. And I realized that this issue is not like a physical thing; it's a mental thing. So I begin to read books to do research why I'm gaining the weight back. So I came across a book that teaches me about the conscious and the subconscious mind. And when I was reading the book, I became aware that I've unconsciously programmed my subconscious mind with a certain kind of weight goal that I wasn't aware of. And every time I lose a weight, this unconscious program is causing me to sustain the weight that I unconsciously program my mind. So that's why the book came about. That's why I started my writing process. So whatever I did to lose the weight, I put everything in this book that I have here, my Facebook that I wrote, which is you keep struggling to lose weight until you try this four-step method of losing weight.
It's mentioned that you lose weight pounds in just 34 days and ultimately drop to 163 pounds using your own method. Can you walk us through for how those early success help the framework and tone of your writing?
Well, basically, when you are programmed, let's say when you are programmed in a certain kind of weight goal, let's if you want to lose weight and you're programmed in a certain kind of weight goal, that program you have actually control you. It controls your hidden habits and everything. Because most people think that, like when they go to the gym and lose the weight, I mean, the weight will stay on. But basically, every time you get up in the morning and you go and look yourself in the mirror, your subconscious mind knows how much you weigh, and this subconscious mind is a million times more powerful than your conscious mind. So as you keep on looking at yourself consistently in the mirror, it programs you the way you see yourself. So if you're overweight and you keep on looking at yourself that way, it programs you. So, in order for you to change this program, you have to unconsciously imagine yourself weighing a certain goal and seeing yourself the amount of size that you want to weigh. When you do that consistently over and over and over, you program your subconscious mind. This subconscious mind is programmed by repetition. And one secret thing about this subconscious mind, the subconscious mind doesn't know what is imagined and what is real. So once you program it, that it will cause you literally to do things naturally to sustain the new weight goal. So that's the system that I use when I was going through writing this book over here. Because I knew that this method works because I gave this method to a couple of my friends and they use it and it worked for them. And I said I couldn't keep this information to myself, so I have to put this in a book. So when I put that in a book and I wrote this book, I started writing again. That's why I wrote all these books here. This is the beginning of all my book writing. So if I never get fat and the guy never told me that I am fat to start losing weight to write this book, I won't be writing all these 157 books that I've written and published on Amazon right now.
The book emphasizes the lasting weight loss begins with understanding the difference between the conscious and subconscious minds and harnessing the brain's power. How did you translate these psychological concepts into everyday language while writing?
Well, basically, it's pretty simple. I mean, your conscious mind is your thinking mind, basically, right? And your subconscious mind is your habitual mind. That's where all habits are formed. So whatever you do consistently over and over through, you use your five senses, like say through the taste, smell, hearing, and touching. When you do it over and over, you program your subconscious mind. Basically, I mean, you can use this in the weight loss and anything in your life, right? So let me give an example. Like the first time that you rode a bicycle, right? When you were driving the bike the first time, every time you sit on the bike, you drive the bike, you go on the sideways, you never rode a bike before, right? But as you keep on practicing over and over, it becomes a habit. Okay, when it becomes a habit, because you know how to do that. And after a time, when you sit on the bike, you can actually go straight. The same way with the first time you drove a car. I mean, when you're driving the car for the first time, you are very uncomfortable sitting inside the car. Okay. But after a while, you drove the car over and over, it became a habit. Means that your subconscious mind has taken the habit. When the habit is taken, means you know how to do that. So now you can actually sit in the car and drive the car without being worried too much. Because the first time you are really like conscious of what's happening around you. So the same way with I mean, the weight loss, you know what I mean? Writing this book and everything.
In the synopsis, you describe method that works from the inside out. What research or personal experimentation went into identifying those four steps, and how do you decide which details to include or leave out?
Basically, if you do a research about yourself, if you do a research about the conscious mind, everyone knows that the conscious mind is your thinking mind. Okay. And also, if you do a research about your subconscious mind is where all habits are formed. Basically, this habit control 95% of your thinking. Basically, if you do a research about that. Okay. So it runs your life basically. So from the time you were born as a kid to the time you were 6 years old, you're already being programmed about how your life is going to be by the environment, by the people around you, by the things you do consistently. So your life has already been shaped already by this subconscious mind. Is that powerful? So it actually control the way you think, 95% of your thought. So when this thing is programmed, it takes over your life. Your decisions that you make and everything you do is controlled by it. So I'm here to talk about the subconscious mind. People need to actually pay attention to it and learn how to program the subconscious mind. If you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to make money or anything you're trying to do that you want to have a success, learn how to program it through affirmation, through imagination, you know. And when this program is done, it will cost you a little to do things naturally to sustain that program. So until this program is done, you try to do things physically, but your old self will cause you to go back to your subconscious mind to achieve your what you're looking for in your life, basically with a weight loss or anything you do in life.
Mr. Richard, the description highlights that aligning your mind toward our goals is a key achieving lasting change. How did you build that theme into the narrative arc of the book? And did you draw on techniques like journaling or visualization when drafting?
But basically, I use a repetition. Like, let's say I wrote an affirmation exactly what I'm looking for. Basically, what I'm looking for affirmation, like something like affirmation, like I'm so happy, grateful, and thankful now that I've already accomplished my dream. You have to start with giving thanks, right? This affirmation basically is all about repetition because you use this affirmation over and over to program your subconscious mind, basically, right? So I wrote an affirmation like I'm so happy, grateful, and thankful now that I I weighed this much in this much, right? So I wrote it down and I repeat this affirmation. I have them in my book basically, morning, afternoon, and night. So in the morning I do like over and over for like 10 minutes. In the afternoon I do like 10 minutes over and over for 10 minutes. And at night time before I go to bed, I do it over and over for 10 minutes. And the one of the most important thing is the nighttime because whatever thought that you have in your mind when you go to bed, it goes straight into your subconscious mind. So, if anybody is listening to me and you're doing this affirmation, make sure that you take the one you do at nighttime very serious because your last thought that is in your mind, it goes straight into your subconscious mind when you go to bed, and it will manifest the next day. Basically, it's really very important that you go to sleep thinking about something very positive. You know.
Mr. Richard, as an author, what are your short term and long term goals?
Well, my short-term goal basically is to write as many books I can write. My long term goals is the same to write as many books as I can because I believe in elevating people. Okay, and I believe that we all here on this planet here to take people's life from point A to B. So basically, I write books about elevating people and changes of life. I don't see a point that if anything you're doing on this earth here, if it's not to elevate people's life, I don't see no point to it. So I am basically writing these books here to change people's life, to solve issues that people are going through, related to issue that they're going through, to change their life for good. Basically, that's what I'm doing right now.
Good luck to your goals, Mr. Richard, and looking forward for more success. What would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be an author like you?
Well, the advice I would like to give the people out there listening to me is that when you are writing, okay, you don't have to write about yourself or anything because no one want to know about you. You have to look for a problem and an issue that a lot of people have, and write about that issue and that problem, and to solve that problem. And they will start buying your books because I'm sure that when I was writing the book about if I write a book of myself and I even go give it to my mother, I don't think she'd be interested to know about me because she already know who I am, and my friends they already know about me. So I don't think they would like to buy a book like that. So my advice to people listening to me is that if you want to be an author, I know a lot of people think it's a very hard thing to do. Your Facebook is going to be very hard, but as you finish your Facebook, advice I'll give you is that you have to be passionate about it. Look for something that a group of people are going through, like an issue, a problem. Write about it and solve it. And when you're writing, to try to use science and steps in writing your books, and so people can follow the science and the step because people and tell stories about your books too, because story sells and people like to know stories, you know. So put all this thing together and be passionate about it. Be consistent, never give up, and I believe you're going to be a very good author.
Thank you for that advice, Mr. Richard. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Can you pardon me? One more.
Can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Well, the book that influenced my journey was a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. It's written by Joseph Murphy, basically, and Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill, you know. So I'm basically every author is a reader. You have to be a reader to start writing. To be able to write this much book, you have to be someone that read a lot. And I'm a reader. I love to read, and that's how I became like that. So this is an amazing book, and I think everybody should take a look at it too. It's an incredible book. Like Think and Grow
Thank you
Rich,
for that
The Power of the
recommended book.
Subconscious Mind.
Thank you for that recommended book, Mr. Richard. And
You're
many
welcome.
authors struggle with procrastination or perfectionism. How do you stay disciplined during these drafting and revising stages? And what routines or environments help you write productively?
Basically, you have to have a good title. You have to have a good title, something you're writing about, and you have to be passionate about what you're writing. Passion is number one. You have the desire to want to do it because you can't do anything without having a desire. And when you're passionate about what you do, your desires is unlimited. You will do it because you are passionate about it. But if you don't have the passion to do what you're doing, you'll be able to, you have to love what you do and you have to have a passion, a desire to want to do it. So when you have these two things combined together, you're unstoppable. Basically, nothing can stop you. You focus and you're going to get the things you're doing done. But if you're not passionate about it and if you don't love what you're doing, there's no way you're motivated to do what you're doing. So make sure whatever title of the book and whatever you're writing about, you love it and you're passionate about it, and it's going to solve somebody's problem to elevate somebody's life. And when you do that, you will stay consistent because you know that what you're doing is going to change people's life. So you stay consistent and you love what you're doing and you have a strong desire to do something. So that's basically what drive me to write these books here. And that's the advice I'll give people that want to do what I'm doing. That you should love what you're doing and stay consistent.
Consistency indeed. Mr.
Yeah.
Richard, the book blends personal testimony with motivational psychology. How did you balance storytelling with instructional content so readers felt both inspired and informed?
Basically, story sells basically, and if you're writing about something, you have to have a science. Science basically is the truth, right? So you have to do a research scientifically and tell a story about what you're talking about, relating science and
Mr. Richard is disconnected right now, so while we are waiting for him, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast Law 101 and Mental Health 101. Love Letters in fourth season, as well as my movie 101 review and Music 101. Science 101 and Sex 101 are in each first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcasts. And one more, people, please do listen to one of my audiobooks, people, because they are bestsellers on Audible. And people, Book 101 Review Volume 3, highly recommended or suggestions, and my Earth Fever, Unraveling Climate and Our Race to Restore Balance. Book 101 Review Volume 2 selected, Book 101 Review Volume 1 highly recommended, and Thread of Existence Weaving the Tapestry of Life, and Life is Too Short, a journey of discovery, fulfillment, and joy. Please listen to them on Audible because they are one of the best sellers. And people, I think Mr. Richard Monty is not coming back, so please do support him. Uh, he has a lot of books, and number one books that he's trying to sell is uh, lose weight until you try this four-step method of losing weight. So please, people, support him, buy the book or the books. He has a lot of books, and more to come, people. See you soon.